Hey everyone, welcome back to Make Money with AI. I am Stila, and today I want to talk about something that's been floating around in the digital marketing world, Telega.io. If you've heard of it, you probably know it as a platform that offers advertising on Telegram channels, and it promises to help you promote your business to thousands of people. Sounds great, right? But hold on a second, let's dig a little deeper. Now, I'm not here to bash Telega.io just because. I know there are people out there who've had success with it, but let's talk about why this platform might not be as reliable as it seems and how it could potentially be a scam, or at least feel like one. The channels they offer. First off, let's talk about the type of channels that are available on Telega.io. If you've ever scrolled through the platform, you'll notice a ton of channels from countries like India, Africa, and honestly, just a random mix from all over the place. And listen, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with those countries. Every audience is valuable. The problem is the lack of filters. You want to reach your target audience, right? So if your product or service is specifically for people in the US, Canada, or Europe, Telega.io doesn't give you a proper way to filter out the channels that are relevant to those countries. You just get this massive list of channels with no clear way to understand where the majority of their audience is located. Audience quality, the lottery effect. And that brings me to my next point, audience quality. How do we know if these channels have the kind of audience that will convert into customers or leads for your business? I mean, think about it. You're spending money to advertise, and you want to know that it's going to the right people. But with Telega.io, it almost feels like a lottery. You pick a channel, pay for a post, and then hope that it reaches the right audience. There's no way to verify the actual demographics of who's in those channels. Maybe they're all bots. Maybe they're just not interested in your niche at all. Or maybe they're real people who live on the other side of the world and will never engage with your product. It's like throwing darts while wearing a blindfold. You might hit the target, but more often than not, you'll miss. Transparency issues. And speaking of transparency, let's talk about engagement metrics. You'd expect a platform like Telega.io to provide detailed analytics so you can see exactly how your post performed, right? Well, you're mostly just relying on basic numbers. How many views your post got, how many members are in the channel, etc. But here's the catch. Just because a channel has thousands of members doesn't mean those members are active or even real. There's very little insight into the actual engagement of these members. It's one thing to have a massive audience, but it's another thing to have an audience that actually cares. No refund policy. Another thing to be wary of is their refund policy, or more accurately, the lack of one. If you pay for a post and it doesn't deliver, you're out of luck. Telega.io doesn't have a solid refund system in place if the campaign doesn't perform as expected. So, if you feel like you didn't get the results you were promised, well, tough luck. You've already handed over your cash. Could be a scam. Here's why it feels like one. So, let's connect the dots here. You've got a bunch of random channels from all over the world with no clear way to filter by audience location, no guarantee of audience quality, making it feel like you're gambling with your money. Minimal transparency when it comes to real engagement metrics. No refunds, which means you can't get your money back if things go south. Now, while I'm not going to outright say Telega.io is a scam, it definitely feels scammy when you start looking at all these red flags. You're basically trusting a system that doesn't give you the tools to properly measure or target your audience, and if something goes wrong, you're the one who pays the price. Literally. Conclusion. So, what's the takeaway here? If you're thinking about using Telega.io, just be careful. I would recommend doing thorough research on the channels you're considering. Try to get in touch with the channel owners directly, if possible, to ask about their audience and engagement rates. And most importantly, don't throw a bunch of money at it unless you're prepared for it to be a bit of a gamble. At the end of the day, there are better and more transparent ways to advertise your business. So if you're feeling hesitant, trust that instinct and maybe explore some alternatives before diving into Telega.io. All right, that's it for today. If you've had any experiences with Telega.io, good or bad, drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more insights on digital marketing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.